suck at TBRs and I haven't done a readathon in forever, but I'm doing one, so place your bets now if you think I'll finish a book. Hi, I'm Kat and I'm doing the Australian readathon. Oh, Australia! Go Tillies! Literally, like, the only, like, Australian wear I have. It is July 1st and it is freezing in Australia right now. Well, you know, at least down in the south where I am. But the Australian Readathon is going for the month of July. It is hosted by some of my friends. I will link them down below. And there's a bingo board. And the goal is just to read Australian books. I just grabbed the Australian books that were on my TBR cart. So my TBR cart is where I'm supposed to pick my next read from. So yeah, this is what I've got. I'm not reading 5 books in this month, but I'm starting with Ashala Wolf. I've been meaning to read it forever, and it is one of Mel's faves. So Ashala Wolf is covering on the bingo board. You can double up. Animal on the cover. I am counting wolf as an animal. I don't know about this. First Nations author Ambelin Kwaymullina is an Aboriginal Australian. Free space, because literally any book can cover that. Maybe a coastal setting. I'm not too sure about the entire setting. Set in Australia. I'm pretty sure it's set in Australia, just like a dystopian Australia. And then host favourite. So, whew, I get bingo immediately. And if it's on a coastal setting, this way too. The other books I picked up from my TBR cart are You Were Made For Me by Jenna Guillaume, The Surprising Power of a Good Dumpling by Y. Chin, Alchemical Hearts by Crystal Sutherland, and Ironheart by Jodie McAllister. This is book 2 in the series. I've been meaning to read all of them forever. But let's start with this one. I haven't even started reading yet, but here's an Aussie thing. I got a book jacket from Charlie and Fox. They are a great Australian business, and this is on my copy of Ashala Wolf. And I love it. Like, so these are great. This isn't even sponsored, but I love Charlie and Fox. So like, you can use them on any book. It's adjustable, so it can go on any sized book, not through the acknowledgements. And ta-da! It's like, and it comes with a ribbon bookmark as well. And like, that's just, it's so cute. I love the green. And it's going to be so much more comfortable to hold as well. And I don't know if it happens to other people, but like when you're holding it like this, here on all of my paperbacks, like the clear gloss or plastic or whatever they have over it just starts peeling up. I can't do that with this over it. I love it. Hi. It is July 20th now. But did we truly think I was gonna stick to a TBR? I had to read another review book. But I did start Ashala Wolf. This is the bottom of it. Ashala Wolf. I started it this weekend. It is currently Saturday. And I'm on page 160. And I am really enjoying it so far. Like, it covers some pretty, like, heavy topics. But it's very easily readable. And the font's pretty big as well. I'm just so intrigued about what's happening as well. Because we're not being told a lot of things, and we're getting some flashbacks while they're trying to go get Ashala's memories, but we don't know like everything that went down with her and Connor, because we know they have like a romantic history there, but we haven't seen any of it, and I want to see it. The flashbacks are also in a different font to the rest of the book, so that's super like cool to see, because then it puts you somewhere different. And now we've got this whole like serpent thing going on. There's like the serpent person, and then there's also the serpent, like the spirit. I am wondering if that's the rainbow serpent that we got taught about in school, or if there is another serpent within Aboriginal Australian history, well, mythology, that helped like create things. But yes, that's kind of like more magic coming in, because it was there's a lot of tech in here, and it's post-apocalyptic after, you know, climate change and everything. But then there's also the powers of the kids, and they aren't shown to be like so much magical as they are more like mutants. So the spirit existing is more magical and mythical. So here's hoping I finish this before the month ends. Australian thing, Vegemite. Forget about what the label says. They ran a really weird marketing campaign once about where you could use Vegemite. Now, I am one of the Aussies who adores Vegemite. And I feel like most people don't put enough Vegemite on their bread. Except if you're like American or something, put less. Because you guys can't handle it. You start with butter. Then Vegemite on top. At Supernova in Sydney, someone gave some Vegemite to the guest I was PAing, and him and his other celebrity friend guests tried it, and one of them just went straight for like a spoonful because somebody made a joke about it, and he couldn't handle it, but it's not that hard. I finished Ashala Wolf. Didn't I? I finished it. And like a typical Aussie, I read this and went, Ashala. At the end of the book, we learn it's Ashala. No Aussie was going to look at that and say Ashala. But this was very good. And I know there's 2 more in the series, but this could also be read as a standalone. Like, the world isn't perfect by the time this book ends, but it doesn't necessarily end on a cliffhanger either. The next 2 in the series focus on members of the tribe who aren't Ashala. One day I'll read them, and I really hope we get to see Ashala and Connor in them, because I feel like their story just started. But yes, very good. Do recommend. Even though it's like July 20? It's July 27 today. So it like took me 27 days to read this. I just didn't sit down and read a lot. But when I do sit and read it, it is a relatively quick read. Like it focuses on some pretty like heavy topics, but it's written in a very easily readable way. Okay, now let's cross off some things. Animal on the cover. Done. First Nations author, free space because we can, and host, favorite. So, bingo. It's not so much set in Australia. It's like you don't actually know where it's set. And I don't think it's by the coast. It's not so much red on the cover. This is like orange, yellows, and browns. It's not queer. And it's not fantasy. Now, I did think I was going to finish this like a little quicker than I did. But like I'm not getting to any of the other books I put in my TBR. So I'm going to finish one more book this month. And it's still an Australian book. And it is The Deep End by Jenna Guillaume. It is very little. So I can finish this one in the next 3 days. This is actually like very Australian. It's from the Australia Reads collection. So it was written specifically for like Love Your Bookshop Day or like Love Oz YA or one of those things. And I actually got it for $2 instead of $4.99 because it was on sale. Now, this one will be set in Australia. There's red on the cover. This is in the cover as well. It is not a sticker. It may be a coastal setting. There's water on the cover, but it's like swimming pool water. But maybe they're on the coast. The back of it doesn't sound queer, and it's not fantasy. But I could get 2 more bingos. It's July 31st. The Matildas won their first Olympics game, and I finished The Deep End by Jenna Guillaume. The next Matildas game is at 3 a.m. our time tomorrow, and it's against the US. Because it's at 3 a.m. I will not be watching it. But go Tillies! And The Deep End is about swimming. So there's just a lot of sport going on here. We are smashing it at swimming, or at least the girlies are at the Olympics. At the moment I am filming this, all of Australia's gold medals have been won by women. So swimming is something Australians do, except me. Which is where Rosie starts at the beginning of this book. She's not a very strong swimmer, and she's forced to participate in her school's swimming carnival. She can't make it all the way to the end of the pool, which, I mean, mood. And then cute boy, who's a very good swimmer, offers to teach her how to swim, and then, you know, romance ensues. And it's very short, and it was very cute. The first page is about like the whole Australia Reads thing. It was created for Australian Reading Hour. I love Jenna's way of writing. I've only read What I Like About Me by her as well, but I own You Were Made For Me. I'm excited to read that. Well, you know I own that because it was on my TBR. And with this, I end the Australian Readathon. I didn't read much, but I read 2 Aussie books that had been on my TBR for a while, so that's a win. I'd probably give myself like a bronze medal for that, but still placed. Okay, bingo board. It has red on the cover. Bingo! And it is set in Australia. Bingo! And it's a coastal setting. She lives 50 meters from the beach. Bingo! So close. For like 2 books and this. Impressive. Let me know down in the comments what is the last Australian book you read. Or if you just want to let me know you were here, leave green and gold hearts below. Thank you for everyone who put on the Australian Readathon. It encouraged me to read some more Aussies. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and here are some other videos you might like.